Well, hello, 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 and welcome, 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 welcome. I want to welcome you guys to the Crew Podcast. Of course, I am the visionary. We do not have a show host scheduled for this hour, so y'all know how I am. I like to make sure that we are taking care of the space that we are given charge over. So today, I'm just taking this opportunity to jump on. Y'all, it is World Book Day. So if you are an author, I want to celebrate you on today. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for taking the opportunity to write that book and to get it out there. So you should be proud of yourself. You have yet another day that you can celebrate. Another day that you can celebrate. You can celebrate. You can celebrate. I tell you so. Congratulations to you if you are an author. Congratulations to you. Again, I am the visionary of the Crew Podcast, the 100 Authors Movement, Aspiring Authors Magazine, and AALAC, the Chasing Your Dream Book Tour. So, y'all, I just desire to be the change that I want to see in this world. All of this started back in 2016, working with some babies in Anderson, South Carolina. Who would have thought? Little country girl from Levelland, South Carolina, would be doing all of the amazing stuff that she's doing. An opportunity to impact lives, an opportunity to help other people make their dreams come true. Y'all, we have an opportunity to travel the world and see the world. A lot of our ancestors, a lot of those that came before us, they didn't have the opportunities because they didn't have the means, they didn't have the resources, they didn't have the things that now a lot of us have before us. See, a lot of us, we are the first to do a lot of things within our family. And that gives you, it should strengthen your faith, and it should make you want to continue to stay on this journey so that you can continue to open doors for those that are coming after you. You know, a lot of the things that a lot of us are doing, we're not doing it for ourselves. We're not doing it for, you know, us in the now. You know, we're concerned about that generation that's coming after us. Those authors, those creatives, those individuals that are coming after us. So those are the ones that we are concerned about. And I am definitely proud of all of the amazing individuals that are making a difference, that's out here sharing. They're out here being a part of the things that is transpiring. We have one of the amazing poets, authors, joining us, y'all. We popping in. So if you are inside of one of those groups that I've shared the link, I'm giving all of you guys an opportunity to come on because today is World Book Day. If you have a book out, you should be celebrating. You should be somewhere celebrating yourself because you took the opportunity to tell your story, to share your message, to do that. So welcome, y'all. We have our poet of the year for Aspiring Authors Magazine in the building. She is in the studio with us. Welcome, 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 Miss Marcine. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I can't complain. No need. It's always a great day when you on this side, I must say.
Right.
So yes. Well, thank you for joining me. Of course, we don't have and I just be transparent because I like to let people know what's going on. So we don't have a host during this hour. So I said, you know what? I've committed to this podcast and I've committed to this hour. at 8 o'clock, and I said, okay, we supposed to be on from Sunday to Friday, so I don't have a host. So guess what? You gotta go host, baby girl. So get it together. And I said, you know what? Let me give those that want an opportunity to share to come on and share because it's World Book Day. So why not give you that opportunity? I had an opportunity to hear your interview with Patrice, so I understand that you have another book that's coming out. Like this lady, y'all, when I tell you, and I just have to, and we're gonna be transparent tonight, and we just talking, we just having a conversation. And anybody that's in any of those chats, because I shared the link in the chat, so anybody in any of those chats that want to jump on, you can jump on. We're just talking tonight, and we got about 53 more minutes. But when I met this young lady, I must say she was a little bit shy. She was a little bit timid. Um, but I tell you, she's truly blossomed. And it's not even been, it's been a little over a year. And it's
Yes.
like she's done a 180. And I am so happy for her because she is truly, she's truly moving in her element because she is definitely moving as a poet, as an author, and being bold about it. And I love what she's doing. She's going out, she's being out in the community, she's participating in these poet slams, and she's taking the opportunity to take on these interviews. Y'all, I turned on a friend of mine's over in the UK and turned on his what's the name? And I'm looking, I'm like, that's my friend. I'm so much. She stay in Texas. Honey, y'all,
Hmm.
she all the way in the UK. And then I don't heard her on the podcast say that she do spoken word. She does this poetry thing with someone in Japan. I'm like y'all, she when you say international, yeah, she's truly, truly stepped in those waters. If you have not, I'm telling you, she's definitely someone that you want to connect with. So maybe she can help you step in those waters. Cause y'all, that's what we do over here. We believe in those four C's, and let's connect, collaborate, create, and community build. That's what we believe in. So, Miss Marcine, for those that may not know who you are, and just in case they didn't tune in last night, and just in case they have never come across you, just briefly tell them who you are.
Hi, first of all, I want to say thank you to my sister Angela. It's been an awesome journey. I I owe thanks to you for a lot of things too. You've helped me. But for those who don't know me, I'm Marcine and Moore. Um, I'm a author out of author poet first out of Dallas, Texas. I have two best-selling poetry books, the Phoenix series, Phoenix Heart and Reflections Rising, and I released my um, excuse me, I hate saying I released my first novel, my freshman novel, Gemini Echoes, in January, and I'm in the middle of completing my second novel and third poetry book. Kaleidoscope and then Blueprint is a novel, respectively. And I'm Miss Angela's Aspiring Authors Magazine Poet of 2025.
Not to mention, y'all, we just like she's in a couple of collaborations with me. Not to mention our last collaboration that just dropped 2 days ago.
Yes.
Um, Awaken versus Unleashing the Power Within. It's available in audio. Um, I whoop whoop whoop, cause y'all, I've been wanting to have my books in audio. So we are. Our book is available in audio. Y'all can go on over there and download it for 99 cents. I don't know how long it's gonna be 99 cents, but you can download it. It is a hour and 48 minute listen. Um, yeah, I'm excited because I got picked as a beta tester for Amazon audiobooks, and
Oh,
I've been able to transcribe I think about 8 of my books into audiobooks. Y'all, our last book, Awaken Versus, is a audiobook. It is available digital. Um, so if you got Kindle, you can go on over there and get it. And then you can get it in paperback, and you can get it in hardcover. So you have options, y'all. Y'all have options, and you can go and check out some amazing poets. It's 8 amazing poets that decided to share with me inside of this book. And they are truly sharing. And then I went even a little far further, and we broke it down and we analyzed the poems, and we kind of told you guys what each one of these poems meant, because a lot of time people will read a poem and sometimes they may not truly understand what the poem is saying. But we went on a little further, and we broke it down because we truly want you guys to grasp what these women are saying inside of this book, because it is awaken verses, unleashing the power within. We want everybody to understand that power that's within you, and we had the opportunity to release it in the form of poetry in this book. So, if you would, Miss Marcine, share a little bit about your experience with writing that book, and yeah, what was that journey like for you?
Well, it was an unexpected journey. My first, you talking about my poetry book or the novella?
The novella.
Oh, okay. That one was completely different. Because that was me coming out of my element. So, the story was there, and as I started writing the story and building the characters, most authors say the same thing. The characters took on a life of themselves, and so I had characters that came into my plot that I don't know where they came from, but they fit into the plot. And the story started kind of writing itself because I did do what I was supposed to do that my editor told me to do, write out, you go by an outline and write it out. But my characters were talking to me. So that was a whole new experience, and it was enjoyable because I was writing my book and I was just like some of my beta readers. I was like, oh my God, I gotta see what's gonna happen with each character. So it was amazing. Anybody who knows me and have heard my interviews know that my least favorite part of writing is not after you complete it, it's the editing phase because I it's just like pulling teeth with me. That is the worst part for me. And with the novel, it was even more intricate because I had to work with my editor. She sent me, I received a whole like Amazon box of books, right? It was like you gotta do these workbooks and you don't think about writing in tense because you want to write how you speak.
All right.
So I had to literally do these workbooks that Joy sent me to learn the differences of writing in first person, third person, knowing what genre I was going with. So it was a completely different experience. It was enjoyable though. It's made writing the second one um, easier because I know not to. For me, I wrote my first novel in first person. So this second one is not in first person, it's in third person. And then
Wow.
I was speaking with Patrice last night, and it's very critical and crucial for you as an author, especially as an African American author, to know how to classify your books because you want to classify your books to where it hits the right audience, your target audience. And so
Right.
I learned with my Gemini Echoes that I had written a cozy romance mystery, and so that's what
Yes.
my novel falls up under. It's a cozy romance, small town mystery.
Wow, you and Patrice touched on a lot last night on your interview, and I can't wait to get it up. But y'all touched on a lot last night. Um, as an author, as a poet, as a creative, um, how important is it for you to be able to truly allow your voice to come forth and to allow your voice to represent who you are?
That is that is the number one thing on my list because I feel, especially in my poetry, if you don't be your authentic self, you're not writing for you, and I feel like you lose your edge because you should always do w- write for yourself and be authentic because that's what makes you unique in the poetry community, right? Because everybody sounds the same. You don't want to keep hearing the same thing from five, six, seven different people. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, especially if you're starting out, be true to yourself. For me, it's very important for me to be true to myself. Now, will you get criticized? Of course, you're going to get critiqued in anything that you do, right? But at least if you know you're doing it honestly for yourself, you'll feel good about yourself, and the criticism will not hurt you. You just listen and take it in, and it
Mm.
could be some truth to maybe what someone's saying, but as long as you know you're doing it for yourself and you're using your authentic voice, it really shouldn't bother you. That if that makes sense.
Yeah, and when you can take criticism, that shows that you want to grow, and then there's room to grow. So you should always be open to taking criticism because none of us are perfect, and we want to be able to, don't mean we're gonna go back and change it, but we
Hmm.
always want to know, you know, what people truly think and
Right.
their perspectives and things of that nature so that we can build on it. And that's what I tell people. Sometimes we not gonna go back and change it. So don't think that we're gonna go back and rewrite what we done. But we want to hear from you. So going forward, we really know what you want. That's the only way we can improve. That's a part of having these lessons and having these experiences because then you can advance and go to the next level once you've been able to conquer that. Because now I know what's wrong. I know what you're looking for, so that's what you've been able to do because I listen to you talk and I listen to you talk about, the different phases of different things that you've done. You started out being a poet and writing poetry. You got a novella. Now you doing mystery. You doing cozy romance. I mean, you're doing like different. You are willing to step outside your box and to look at other genres and other opportunities to be able to express yourself and to allow your writing to come forth because in each one of these genres you're gonna write different, and then they'll get to see a different side of you because I've even stepped into some things that I normally wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I've actually written something that when you read it, you'll be like, no, that ain't her. You gonna be like, no, that ain't. Yeah, and I've even did children books. I have some children activity books. I have a children leadership book, and I have a teens book out, and then I have adults. Most of my stuff is for adults, but I've dabbled in the different arenas in different areas in different types.
Right.
I'm on this poetry kick right now. But I got 100. Look, I got a variety for people. I got 100 and that thing said 144 pieces of work, literary work.
Gee, it doesn't hurt to expand because to be honest, I have a granddaughter that has awesome artistic skills. She can
Hmm.
draw and she's very creative. And so what kind of mentor would I be if I didn't mentor my granddaughter? So I'm gonna bring her into the author world and do a coloring book. Is that
Right,
me? No, but to mentor my granddaughter Samari, I will be doing that. And I'm real serious about doing that when I wrap up the other book. I've already kind of laid the blueprint.
right,
So yeah, it doesn't hurt. And then like you say, anything that I do, I have a panel of people. Even when I do my poetry before I put out my poetry books, I have people read and critique my stuff. Um, because it does help. and especially when I was writing my novel, like I have a panel of beta readers. I have from the conservative end to the way liberal and to people who are down the road, um and that helped me write a novel. So if it's your first time writing a novel or any type of book, they help me connect like the scenes or the pieces. Because when you're writing, sometimes you think, oh, well, they'll understand it, but maybe you miss stuff because in your mind you know what you're trying to put out to people, but
Right.
it didn't make it, and so that's why I always bounce my work off of my panels. I don't mind the criticism at all. And I don't think it's criticism. I guess because I'm an HR director, so I look at things a little bit differently. I always have to tell my employees, like when they're getting not so much disciplinary, if someone's telling you how to improve your job, you have A and B, and if you need add C, you'll be complete. That's how I look at it. Any type of criticism, um,
Right.
it
And
helps.
that's how it should be. You know,
Mhm.
if somebody took the time to even share with you something that can help you, we should be thankful. We
Mhm.
really should be thankful.
Because my point of view isn't the only correct point of view.
It's not, and then it's gonna be many more where that one come from.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna come across many more people, and it's not always gonna be the same. So
Right.
we should look. We live, we learn,
Yeah.
we grow. That's that's what
Yes. And even
that's
even
what
in
this.
my poetry, I have stepped into different genres. I'm in a Oscars coming up next week at the Doc Bookshop. It's the Oscars for poetry in the Dallas area.
Right. Shout out Doc Bookshop.
And I am in the gospel category. Who would have thought I would be entered in the religious gospel category writing a poem, because I consider myself a love poet.
Right.
And I am a love poet. That's what I do. That's my specialty. But yeah, I'm jumping into that little lake, uh, dipping my feet in that, and I'm just gonna do it to see how it goes. Uh,
Well, congratulations, and I see you have not slowed down. Um, since I had a chance to actually meet you in person.
yeah, we
See,
we had a
and
good
you have
time.
truly not slowed down. I don't know what lit the fire within you, but I am glad, and I am so glad to see you out here. Definitely operating and moving in your element. Um, you are doing that. So definitely keep leading the way because you are doing that. You're definitely
You
doing
lit
that.
my fire, Angela. You lit my fire. You didn't know that. I gotta give you your roses, your flowers. You did that. You don't know it, but you did do that. Because I'm like, this lady is on podcast, she's on radio, she's writing books, she's traveling, and you're trying to enrich people's mind, and you are for literature, you're for authors. And then you have the prison outreach podcast. I mean, you're in everything. You lit my fires, just so you know, it's you.
But praise God. You need to come on
Yeah.
over there to the 100 author movement. We have a 100 author movement. I actually, right now, we currently have 45 authors attached to the movement. It's called the 100 author movement because our goal is to have 100 authors attached to that movement before the end of the year. And then we're going to start over in January with a new bunch of 100 authors. So every year we're going to add a new bunch of authors. So until we get up to a million authors,
Oh wow.
yeah, we gonna get a
Okay.
million. We won't. Uh, we don't have the million Black March. We don't have the million Man March. We don't have all that. So now we're gonna have a million Black author movement. I ain't heard nobody talk about that. So
Mm.
we're gonna have the million Black author movement, and it started with the 100 author movement. It's already begun, and we're on our way. So come on over there, join us. I'll send you a application.
Send
I'll send
me.
you a little application out. So it is a great community. We have some amazing authors over there. Patrice is one of the group leaders over there.
Oh,
We have some group leaders. So you're not just over there and just a part of something. We actually have group leaders, and the group leaders encourage you to be active. We do challenges like this week. The challenge is author shout outs. So every day they are challenged to do something different with authors, an author within that group. So I've been seeing some amazing individuals posting about individuals' book covers, about their books, just talking about the different authors. So it's an amazing space. I believe in the four C's: connect, collaborate, create, community. And that's what
right.
we're doing over there. We share resources. So when there's opportunities, like the other day, I got nominated for an influencers award out of the UK.
Right.
Um, so I dropped the link, let them know, hey, you can self nominate, or you can nominate somebody else that you feel self deserving. Because they sent me the link.
Right.
So I shared it. When I happen across something, I always share it with somebody that I think can benefit from it. And why not? I got a group of 45 authors. Why not share it with them? Why not give them
Right.
the opportunity to benefit? Like just this past what was it, March, the awards in December. I mean up in DC, this past
Hmm.
March. I nominated 30 people for that
Wow.
award. I nominated 30 people. Um, about I say about 15 of them actually received awards, but not one of them recognized or said anything about it.
What?
None of them. But I had one person. All she did the whole time she was gone was recognize me. Even though she didn't get an award, she recognized that this I allowed her the opportunity to be in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 30 people, and I got the emails. Ain't nothing I do. I don't have the receipts to prove it. But I do it from the kindness of my heart. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Right.
I wasn't doing it for accolades, but the fact that people don't even have the courtesy. I mean, if one lady did, she when she got nominated, she called me and she told me, she said, thank you. She said, thank you for allowing me in your space.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
she thanked me for that. And I get that sometimes. But there's been several people that, and then they look at you like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
that's
you
not the
have
space.
that
We
much.
don't have that. That's not the space we have over at the 100 Author Movement. We're not doing that over there. Everybody over there is providing resources. We sharing. We encouraging each other. Like this morning, yesterday, one of the authors had to have surgery,
Mm.
and she came in to give us a report, and everybody was encouraging her and telling her that take it easy, rest. They was really encouraging. So that's what we over there. We trying to be supportive. We trying to come out, if we can come to these events and support each other. That's what we doing. We trying to come out to these events and support each other. We going to Chicago in June. We'll be in
Ooh.
Spartanburg, South Carolina, in July. We'll be in New York in August.
Uh, I
And
need the August date.
August the 29th through the 31st. The 30th, which is that Saturday, is when we're gonna have the main event.
Okay.
It's gonna be from 12 to 5.
Is that the one in Harlem or in Brooklyn?
No, it's gonna be in the Bronx.
Oh,
Yeah.
all
It's gonna
right.
be
That I can go home.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the Bronx.
Okay.
We actually, oh my God. Well, I guess I can let the cat out of the bag, because we have. You definitely might want to come to this one. This you definitely might want to come to this one, because we have someone very special that's gonna be at this one, um, out of Brooklyn. She's also a professor. Um, and I said I was gonna let the person that arranged it make the announcement, so I ain't gonna bring it all the way
Well,
out.
okay.
I ain't gonna bring it all the way out the bag. but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you know that
Okay.
this event you may want to come out and be a part of, because it's gonna be some amazing people there, some people that you have some things in common with, um, that you may want to meet. So yeah, it's gonna be a
Okay. Well,
nice
that
time.
yeah, that would be great because my family back east is like, when are you coming to do something? Jersey, New York. So this would be great.
Well, that's where we are, Bronx.
Okay.
And those are two of the 100 author movements participants. They out of we actually have, well, we just had two more to join that represent New York. So we have
Okay.
a total now of maybe 10 um, New Yorkers a part of the movement. So come on over there. I'll send you the application. Come on and join us and be a part. Black Diamond is a part. You got them two. You got Rolanda. You got
Oh, I remember Black Diamond.
yes. She's
Okay.
from New York. She's from
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, I think. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that now. But then you have quite a few people. That's up there. We got some more people that's from Brooklyn. Rolanda is from Brooklyn. Um, I think there's two more people on there that may be from Brooklyn as well. But we got New York in the building. They in the
Okay.
building.
Yeah,
So
I
you
sure
definitely
can. I sure can. I'm just fly on in and see my family and come socialize with you guys.
well, we definitely
Hmm.
we got there's some information floating around. We got some I can send you the information about New York too. We actually we got a couple of things in the works. So definitely yeah, get attached, girl, get
And
attached.
will.
Yes, 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 yes. So World Book Day. Today is World Book Day. What does that mean to you? What does that sound like? Like World Book Day. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Mm.
Man,
What
an
does it sound
author.
like to me?
Like who would have
Yes.
thought? Like when you was in school, did you think that this would be you? Did you think that you would be an author? Did you want to be an author? I didn't. I just had to just tell the truth. I'm talking about, and
Hmm.
people like 100 and something books, and you didn't want to be an author. No,
No,
that's not what I
I
wanted to
did.
do.
No, I didn't want to be. I always wrote. I would write in junior high, and everybody's like, "Oh, you should be a writer," and I'm like, "Nah." I wanted to be a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
I
I
did,
want I wanted to be a teacher until I got to
girl.
um, my junior college, and they allowed me to student teach my freshman year
No,
and
ma'am.
my first semester, and I didn't even get through the semester. I think I dropped out of that class midway through. So whenever I came to Morris Brown, I changed my major altogether. I didn't even do education. I was like, no, I can't teach nobody. I don't know how they say I'm gonna be a teacher. I can't teach nobody, child.
No.
No, no, no. That was not
Well,
for me.
accolades to you, commit for even thinking of it. I would never think to teach kids, yes, I'm a mother and a grandmother, but yeah, my, no.
And then I wanted to be nurse. I can care for people, but when it comes to giving shots and the drawing of the blood and all that, I can't do that part. Like if somebody else can do that part for me, I can do the rest. But
Yeah.
I them two things I can't do. Like so that part I knew I couldn't do that either. But I've dabbled in I've done home health care. I've done when I was at Morris Brown, I was a therapy recreation major, so I worked with people with disabilities. So I was able to work at this residential home with people with disabilities. I love that because it wasn't like they were confined to their beds or anything like that. They just had disability. And most of them was like a mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I've come to really like working with people with mental illness. That's something that I have come to enjoy.
Yeah, the mind is something. The mind controls everything. That's why I want to be, and I say that literally and figuratively because whatever you believe, it was
Hmm.
just. I wanted to be a psychiatrist because to study like the different illnesses, what makes you, make people psychotic and not, and so in a roundabout way, I ended up doing that, working, being an HR director. Because I work with people indirectly. I started out, as you said, dabbled. I started out and was a certified respiratory therapist. I was in clinicals when I was in school, and I could draw blood. I could do all of that, and I never will forget. I was in clinicals, and I had a cerebral palsy patient. Um, I woke up and I was looking at the ceiling. I passed out and I said, "Oh, let me get out of this field. This isn't for me." After I had went through everything, and I ended up getting a job at a hospice in administration. So I worked in hospice for 5, 6 years and changed my major and went into business. And then what's ironic is I got a double major in business and psychology and then got my master's in HR. So I thought being a psychiatrist would take too long, but I still did the same amount of time. And I'm still working with people in a roundabout way, dealing with people's minds and moods. And now as an author, I still can use that too because I can write some of
Right,
the experiences into my characters.
right. Yes,
Hmm.
exactly. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, and then people don't understand what it takes sometimes to write these books and to write these stories, and how sometimes you have to get into character. Like, Black Diamond, she was talking about her book and how she had to see somebody during the process of writing her book. You know, she had to see a therapist. A lot of people, when we take on these um, projects, sometimes it triggers some things that we may have been through um,
Hmm.
coming up. So,
Not,
it's important. It's important, and I think with you having that experience and that background, that really can give you some insight, and you can share it a lot within your book. I've shared, me too. I've had some psychology background. Because with therapy recreation, we had to go down that psychology route. I had to take human anatomy and kinesiology. I had to
hmm
take medical terminology because we had to know those different
different
terminologies
parts. Hmm.
and all of that. So it is a lot had to go into that. So to think that I didn't even get a degree in that, but I took all those years of those classes, and now I got a master's in business. I got a
Hmm.
bachelor's in business, but I have all those classes. Like, I probably could go somewhere right now and say, "Here, can I present this? And what can I get for this?" They probably say, "You got a semester left and you can have a human service." They probably say human service, psychology, social work, and somewhere like that. Those are probably the
Hmm.
four different degrees that they could tell me that I could get off of those classes that I've taken. But I've
That's.
used all of that experience on my jobs because everywhere I've went, I've always been in management, and there's always been in upper level management where there's been times where I've had to train incoming store managers. Um, I've even trained incoming district managers' assistants.
Hmm.
Um, so I've worked with all type of people, and then working with individuals behind prison walls. You know, being able to, help them share their story and keep them encouraged. It takes special type of people to work with people in environments like you having to tell
You ain't
people when
kidding.
they've done something wrong, or when you having to deliver bad news. Like it takes a special person to be able to do that.
Yeah, yeah, it does because a lot of I'm speaking for me since I do HR because with my career, a lot of the times, people's livelihood hangs on the decisions we make. As far as, if they breaking rules of company policies and terminating someone or even writing someone up, you have to have compassion. And terminations, they always have to blame someone. And HR is, when I'm terminating, it's normally me. And I'm just like, they're human, you know. I just take it. I smile. I try to be compassionate, help them out. Yes, yeah, I've had some experiences, and I think one of my experiences I wrote about in this new book coming up. But it's through a character. It's through a character. So
Right.
I get to express it.
Right.
I can live vicariously through my character because this character is a firecracker. So she can do what I wouldn't do.
Okay. That's my what you call it? Um Alter ego. Yeah. I
Hmm.
have one of those. I let her come out sometime, and she expressed those things that I sometimes want to express, but I be like, no, people might get it there. Yeah. So I let her come out sometime and let her
Right.
express those things. But she only come out in the writing world, because if she came out in the real world, people may not understand.
Yeah. In my first book, I was at a book festival back in February, and everybody came up to me, and I never knew this. They're like, "Is that you on the book cover? Are you those characters?" And I'm like, "No," and I didn't realize that when my graphic artist designed it, the girls on the cover do kind the sheep hair kind of looks
Right.
like me, but it's not me. Just so y'all know, it's not me. It really was a design. Oh, let me show you. Look, can you see? Can you see the faces, the cover?
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people think that looks like me, and it's really not. It just it's just a coincidence, isn't it? But the characters in the book are wild. I'm like, yeah, one of them could be me, but it really isn't me on my covers.
Wow. But then you
Mhm.
gave them something to think about. You know what I'm saying? You gave them something to think about, because that's how many people pick up that book and they actually think that that is you, and
They
they
do.
don't
They
have
think
the
it's me.
opportunity to ask you that. So they thinking it is you. So hey, so when they reading that book, they thinking, oh, maybe, hmm, they put you in that spot. They don't, girl, they don't work you into that book.
They don't work me into it. It's twin. It's twins. It's twins. It's twins in that book. So, um,
They don't work you into that book. They
yeah.
don't look. They don't make you both of the twins. They don't make you clone yourself. A whole new plot.
Mhm.
You know how we make up stuff. That's how we do.
Mhm.
So I heard you got the Sposkers coming up. Um, and when is that again? Tell everybody when is that, and shout out to the Dot Bookshop.
It's Michael again. He's an actor, well-known poet, MC, NAACP member, um, on the literary board, and he puts on the Oscars. We call him the hardest working man in poetry. So it's a yearly competition of poets. You can enter in up to 5 to 6 categories. They have religious gospel, best haiku, best monologue, storytelling, slam, and best children's story. And I may be missing a category. And the poets get up there. You get trophies. He gives cash prizes. It's really um, a great event for poets, and you get to meet poets because you have poets. Last year we had poets coming from Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and I think we had one as far away as I think she came from New Mexico. I think.
Or
Don't quote me on that,
Mississippi. I know
but
some
I
people
think,
came from Mississippi too. I think somebody
huh?
came from Mississippi. I think some people came in from Mississippi.
Yeah. So they come to the Oscars, and um, I mean it's really awesome because as a poet I get inspired hearing other poets speak because it's just like you get in your element, and you hear and you watch everybody perform and speak differently, and it's just a wonderful thing. I love poetry, so I can't tell you that I it's not one person that I have never listened to and not gotten anything out of. So that's going on.
Well, I
And
definitely want to thank you for jumping on and sharing with me on tonight. It's truly been a blessing to have you here. Um, I just like to be obedient. I have been given this space. I was given charge of the crew podcast 3 years ago. God dropped it in my spirit, so I started this podcast. And when I dedicate to something, I try to make sure that I follow through. And even though we didn't have a host that was assigned to this hour, I said, you know what, the slot is going to be open, and I want to make sure that I keep up my end of the bargain. So I said, you know what, like, just come on and sit in this time. We was only supposed to be on 30 minutes, but we've been on 48 minutes, so we well exceeded our time. We provided what we
oh,
needed to do, so
yeah,
we did what we did.
girl,
Again, I want to
you know
thank
I
you.
love you because I was in the middle of my nap time, and I
Nap time. I can't nap this late at night because I let nap this late at night. I'll be up all night and know I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'm an hour behind you though.
I know. Oh, wait.
Hmm.
I can't
I
nap
was,
this time of day.
girl, I take a nap every day, and anybody who knows me knows my nap time. They know not to call, not to bother me. I take a nap on vacation, at home, on vacation, after work. I take a nap. I take a nap. I'm an advocate for naps.
Yeah, me too. But I can't take them
Mm-mm.
right now. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap in a couple of months. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna be able to
Girl.
rest. Um, San Antonio, December.
Yes, I'm looking for a location for the
We need
what is it called? A poetry gala, poets ball,
vibes and verses.
vibes and
Novel
verses.
gala. No
Yes,
tennis shoes, no jeans. We want you to dress up. It's gonna be a nice time. We're gonna be giving out some awards. And we're
yes.
gonna be celebrating this amazing queen here as
San
poet of the year
Antonio.
as we close out 2025 and invite 2026 in. Um, yeah, that's what we're doing. So we definitely coming to San Antonio, and we're gonna do our thing.
Yes,
So
we
you
are.
wanna, yes, we'll
Hmm.
have opportunity for y'all to come out, meet some poets, and hear some spoken word, some live entertainment. Yeah, we gonna do all that.
And I
It's gonna
actually
be a
know
nice
some
time.
poets in San Antonio too, Angela.
Yeah, so we definitely need to get them involved and get them attached to what we about to do because we want this to be something that they want to bring back year after year.
Right,
Yes,
right.
vibes and verses. So we gonna be spitting them verses, and we gonna be chilling to some vibes. So hey, we want y'all to come on out and be a part of that. Again, that's gonna be in December, December the 6th. Location we have not disclosed that yet. We still looking, but no, be ready to go to San Antonio, December the 6th. Okay. So
Okay.
again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight because guess what? You could have been anywhere. But I want to thank all those that jumped on, all those that shared, all those that even said hello, good evening, whatever you did to participate in this broadcast on tonight. I definitely truly want to thank you. Not only that, I want to thank you for being a part of the crew podcast, Dim Divas of the Airways. Before we leave, when is your next show?
Mine.
Yes, when is your next show?
Um, actually, I have book festivals, so I'll be at the Sposkers next
No, when
Tuesday.
is your next podcast?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. June 30th.
June
So
30th. Y'all,
so
so
since
she will be
yes.
right here. I think she's on Mondays. So Monday, June 30th, right here, 8 p.m. live. She be right here. Will you have some poets with you?
Right now I have one, but if it's any poets out there, reach out to me. Um, Reach out to me about being on the podcast, and of course, I write for the aspiring authors. And if you want to be featured, uh, send me an email at author@gmail.com, and we can talk about the magazine or the podcast. You can email me on either and just put aspiring authors, and then that way I know what it's for, whether it's for the podcast or the magazine. Yes, because I
All
do
right.
need two more guests for June 30th, which is the fifth Monday.
All right, all right, all right. Y'all heard it. So make sure you tune in June 30th, the fifth Monday, and
Yes.
support this queen. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight and being a part of this broadcast. I tell you, it's always a great time to be able to share with you guys. Make sure that you go over and support some of these amazing authors that's a part of the 100 author movement. Y'all, we're coming to Chicago June 14th and 15th. We will be in the building. We're going to be having a pop up book showcase on the
Mm,
14th, and we're going to be doing an amazing book release for Coach Rachel on June
yay.
the 15th from 2 to 6. So, y'all, if you are an author, I'm telling you, this is going to be an amazing weekend that you do not want to miss. I have some amazing stuff that is lined up. I tell you, when I tell you we are connecting with some amazing people, I hopefully, fingers crossed, that this person will be able to make an appearance in the building because I love for people to show up and surprise those that are a part of things that I do because a lot of people don't think we think about them, but I always think about those around me. So again, y'all join us in Chicago June 14th, 15th. You don't want to miss it. And AALAC, the Chasing Your Dream Book Tour, y'all, we're on the road. We're coming to a city near you soon. If you're not attached to the 100 Author Movement, I encourage you to get attached because you're missing out on 45 amazing authors that's sharing their brand. Again, I am the visionary, Queen Angela, and it's been amazing sharing with you on tonight. Thank you, Miss Marcine. Have a great
Thank.
night.
Bye.
No, I got to give you your applauses before we go. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.